Hello learners, hope you all are doing good. In the last lecture we understand how to create table, and in this lecture we are going to understand how to insert data into the table. So in last lecture we created employee table, which is having employee ID, first name, last name, salary, join, date and department. So basically these are the columns name. Number varchar to date is the data type. Not null is the constant which ensures like this field should not be null. So let's move to my OneNote, and I have created everything for you guys. So let's understand how can we insert a row into table. So for insertion, insert into is a keyword which will be used to insert. So insert into table name followed by column names, then values, and then value and values. Okay, so let's understand this. So just think, column name is first name, so we need to pass some value. So let's suppose first column name is first name, so here we can pass Ram. So basically column is key and value is value. So basically we are passing key key value pair. We are basically just passing the key value pair. So we just need to remember this syntax. So we need to have this insert into followed by table name, then column name, then this values, and then we can pass the value. So let's suppose the second column is the last name. So last name, we can send pass as Singh. So key is Ram, key is last name, and value is Ram or Singh. So this is how we pass the values into the table. So here we are passing data corresponding to the column. Now let's see, we can also push the data into table without specifying the columns name. Okay, so insert into followed by the table name, value, value 1, value 2. So this is not a good practice to use, but we can post data through this method also. And the third one is for multiple rows into a table, like we can insert multiple rows into a table. So for this we need to understand the syntax first. For this we will use insert all into table name, then we need to give the column name, values, and then we can give the corresponding values for the column names. Similarly, for second rows we need to specify the into table name, we need to specify the column name again, and then we need to pass the values, and it will be ended with the select query, select a star from dual. So dual is a automatic created table which is having only one row and column, and keeping the value x. Okay, so let's move to the Oracle DB and try to insert first data. So I have already created. So in first method, we are inserting data. So our column names were employee ID, first name, last name, salary, join date, department. So I already explained like we need to send the data in key value pair. So let's understand what is the key here. So employee ID is the key, and we are passing the value as 1. So first name is the key and we are passing the Jyoti. Last name is the key and we are passing the value as Gupta. So here we are using insert into the keyword, followed by the table name, then column names. All the column names are here, and then corresponding to that column we are passing the values. So once we try to run this query, we can see like one row inserted. Now we can, where we have inserted this data, we have inserted the data in emp table. So let me write one SQL query. So it's already written here, select a start from emp. Let's run this query and verify whether the data populated correctly or not. So we can see key was employee ID and value was 1. So it is 1. So first name was Jyoti, it's Jyoti. Last name is Gupta. Salary joined at department banking. So everything is in sync. So we are good. Now let's try to push data without specifying this column name. Okay, so I already explained like this is not a good practice to use, but we can insert data with this manner also. Okay, so let me run this query and we can see like one row inserted. Let me run this fetch queries and fetch the data. So here we can see I have inserted two uh, Sita Singh salary. So we can see the data is same. And why I was saying like we should not use this method, because let's suppose by mistake someone change the value like Sita is replaced with Singh and Singh is replaced with something other data, then columns data will be mixed up, because we are not specifying the column name. We are not sending the uh, exactly the same value corresponding to the column. So if we know exact uh, exact systematic uh, row or exact numbering, then only we should push the values in this manner. Else we should avoid this. We should always send corresponding to the column name. Okay, now let's see how can we insert multiple rows in one query. So for this we have one syntax. We need to use insert all into, then employee. So basically we need to pass the table name and then the column name, and corresponding to each column we need to pass the values. So here I have already defined like this is the column name which is fixed, right? And we want to insert multiple data. So what I did like insert all into table name, then column name, and corresponding to that column we passed values, right? And similarly we need to type into again, followed by table name, and we need to write again the column name. In the same manner we need to do all the multiple rows, then it will be ended with one select query which is select a start from dual. I have already explained like dual is an automatic generated table which help us to uh, run this query. Okay, and let's try to run this query and see whether data is getting inserted or not. So here I have inserted three rows, 1, 2 and 3. So we can see three rows are inserted. Now let's fetch the data. So we have already inserted 3, 1, 4 and 5. So there should be 5 rows. Okay. So we can see there are 5 rows and all the data are perfectly inserted. Now let's commit this table. So I'm committing this table. So commit is complete. Hope you understand the methods how can we insert data into the table. Thank you learners. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.